Hey, so I'm Starlight, and we just got finished watching the presidential election campaign debate number 2, and I'm sorry I only caught the second half, or just like the ending half, where they started talking about women's rights and everything, and then started talking about other things. So I started updating my Facebook, which probably wasn't the smartest idea, but I just had to type somewhere, and there was someone on Facebook who said that they didn't even really understand what was going on, and she was annoyed at something Romney said, and her mom's like, well, that's why you don't understand what's going on, and she thinks mom's making me feel stupid. So I started updating, and I was just like, yeah, for those who no comprende, and my notes for later. So Obama started talking about how he's gonna want people to follow the laws after they started talking about the assassination of the ambassador, the terrorist attack in the group, and they were asking for more security and why they didn't get funding. And then even Romney was like, well, who was, wouldn't we all want to know? Because Obama's plan is he's like, we're gonna find out what happened, we're gonna find out, and then we're gonna track these people down, we're gonna kill them. And then Romney's just like, well, it's been quite a while, wouldn't we like to know who did this? So we have something to talk about. We knew about Iraq and Bin Laden and all that. So they can't release that information. Why? Because, alright. So, and then Obama was also talking about these laws. How they're gonna make people follow the laws, and what laws are they gonna instill? Because they're already talking about that Medicare, and the health insurance law, Obamacare, pretty much forcing you to have health insurance even when you can't afford it, and if you don't have it, you're gonna be labeled as a criminal. I already heard these. Everybody has, but I didn't get healthcare because the healthcare was too expensive. It was $30 a week, but out of my paycheck, everybody makes $150, $250. Obama doesn't talk about raising the income, but he just keeps. Okay, so this is what I wrote. That's how I said it. I was like, yeah, he probably set that up, so we trust him. Because he's in his second term, he didn't do much in his first, but he succeeded all this stuff, and he's tried, and he can only get so far. And Romney's like, it doesn't need it doesn't have to be like that. So, I'm like, yeah, he probably set that up so we trust him, and that's why he's making these follow the law on second term, so that we're more apt to go along with him, because we already instilled our trust in him, our faith in him, we voted for him, we got him for the next 4 years. He can pretty much do whatever he wants at that point. And then, because we already instilled trust in him, and so it blinds the funny stuff. So, we're like, well, we trusted him, we voted for him, and he's doing us good. He won. Obviously, he'd be doing the country good, but that's not what he's trying to do. Because he's I'll get they mention it later, but I'll just read it. And I was like, what? I was like, what laws do you think he's gonna instill? I was like, he's turning this into a hostile world. I'm so glad I wrote this down. I was like, he's turning it into a hostile world instead of making precautions to prevent disaster, to the ambassador, we're gonna hunt them down all the time, we're gonna kill these people after we let them walk all over us without a hand raised. Like, you know, they ask for security. They're like, oh no, we can't get security. And, like, that doesn't even make any sense, but now they want to go out to kill these people, and that's pretty much the stance they're taking with everything. But we're still not gonna have, we're gonna cut funding on a lot of troops. So, and then they changed subject, and I was like, oh, now he wants to go into our homes, our communities, to prevent danger from happening. Our homes, like, he's gonna come into our communities to see if we have guns and if we're mentally ill. Like, they're putting labels on people. Everybody's mentally ill. Everybody's insane. Everybody has their own little mind, their own little world, their own way of thinking. We have similarities. We connect with a lot of different people. But if you act out of line, like, they're gonna label you mentally ill, and you're not gonna be able to do this, that, and this, and you're still gonna have to pay all these things. It's just more reason they're gonna export the criminals, is what they say. So, like, yeah, now he's gonna prevent danger from happening so that they can pretty much get into our homes, so that they can take full control of, like, everything we do, like, get into our information to see what kind of people we are, to see what we're like, and to see if we can be allowed to have guns and drive a car, and we're all in, like, Romney says, like, we're all, like, God's children. Like, I don't really believe in God, but that's what he said, and I thought that was very bold. I say that to Alexz, but he didn't even say that for a while, but he just seems very genuine. Okay, so it's just like, take control of us and tell me everything to do, just like his Obamacare, which doesn't help us when we can't afford it anymore. It's just another reason to label us as a criminal for not following their laws. What laws are they going to instill that we're going to have to follow or be a criminal and then be, you know, punished for it? And that's his number one basis. Like, if you don't follow our laws, you're going to be punished, and that's why they just track these people down and kill them. Alright, so, and then I was just like, I'm just posting this for nobody who knows, and then thousands, and then Romney was saying, he was like, so, if we don't want guns, how come thousands of guns were given to Mexican drug lords? What? When did I hear this? I didn't hear this. Why were they giving guns to Mexican drug lords? Obama was corrupted by our government. There's a new, maybe I'll post a link to it. There's a new petition to actually have people voted out of office after so many years. It's like 12 to 15, and I don't know, that's a pretty long time, right? Should be enough. Or, yeah, or like 8 to 12, I don't know. But the people that are in office, like I said before, like, Obama's, like, was just like a puppet. Like, he couldn't get anything done. He's just a poster boy saying, hey, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. But the government is all in on it, and they want to get into our houses, and they want to force us to have Obamacare, because they want to force us to pay this. Just like I'm being forced to pay, like, these tickets for things I didn't even do in my state, and my, someone I know, like my friend's mom, like, she works for the state, and she's like, well, that's how they get their money, and I'm like, well, they can't get their money from me, I have no money, like, so that's just, like, kind of what they're trying to do. They're, like, it's so crazy, like, they're, and I was like, oops, did I just say that? Cause Romney's like, well, we want to know who these terrorists are, what terrorist group it is, just some unknown terrorist group. and obviously they were anonymous, so they're like in backup. And I was saying that, like, before that, that's what I was talking about at the beginning, that Obama just probably had this set up, and the ambassador assassinated so that it would look like, you know, he's our hero, and that, like, you know, we're gonna go find them, we're gonna get them, we're gonna make sure they pay. And he said, if anybody messes with America, they should know that we're gonna come after them and shit like that, you know. And that's why I said he's making it into a hostile world. Like, we don't need to send that message out to other countries. And Romney's saying, you know, he wants to make America a place worth living, and right now it is not a place worth living. No one's gonna prosper here. He's suggesting bring the companies back here, you know, make China play fair, so that we can, they have like the money conversion, like they cheat with that, so they're gonna make China play fair, and we're gonna bring the companies back so that, like, we don't have to get our stuff from them, you know. Like, we can make better products in the USA instead of being like second best to all of them. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I was like, even Romney knows, or suspects that, like, it was all just a setup. I was like, ooh, did I just say that hot? And I was just like, disgusting. Like, it is disgusting. Like, you would do that. And like he said, his whole game plan is to make people fear, like, plan their fears. And he said that directly to the public. Like, it's outrageous. If people literally play into Obama, it's really sad, but all those people at the pre-polls, like, what? I really, like, Romney needs to win, like, for the sake of our country, and he's done this en masse, and it's like, you know, right next door to my state, you know. So I don't know about over there, I haven't really looked into it, but he's done it. He's gotten up to the president. And and right when Obama was saying that, I mean, Romney, when he was talking about, like, oh, we should know who assassinated our people, you know, who we're going after, who we should be afraid of, you know. And, you know, even before that, like, Romney just looked like, Obama, I got, what are you saying? And then every time Obama would sit down, he'd be like, but he'd be like kind of nervous. He wouldn't, like, you know, like, he'd be nervous. Oh, so right when that was happening, Obama was getting nervous. And I was like, Obama's getting nervous again. I was like, he doesn't even know what to say. I was like, he just had to interrupt, like, and then, like, insert change focus to our children, because Obama just went off on whatever, and then started talking about our children and how our children need to, you know, he plays on the kind hearts of Americans, and that's evil. And it's not really about good and evil, but it kind of got to that point in this race where it really is about good and evil. And it's not that I believe in God, but I believe that they give us the tools to succeed, and we do with that with, like, what we want, you know. So like, we got all the tools necessary, we just have to move, we just have to act, and that's why I'm making this video now. um and he's really looking out for people. Romney is. Obama, he's looking to criminalize people, he's looking to label people and play on our fears, and what the fuck is that? Romney actually wants to make this like a haven living, like, get the immigration progress, you know, going, like, so people don't have to wait 12-14 years to be accepted into our country. Our country is made upon immigrants from all over the place, and anybody should be welcome here. And even Rhode Island just made like a commercial saying they welcome everybody. So even though like Romney's labeled as a Republican, it's probably just because he gets things done. I think Obama just labeled himself as a Democrat just because Bush was a Republican, or So I mean, it's good that we had sort of Obama to get us here, but we really need Romney this time. We cannot have Obama win. And then the girl who was, like, oh yeah, insert focus to our children, like, play on our fears, play on our, like, kids and our kind hearts, and how, like, we want, and, and the lady asking all the questions was like, yeah, right, like, and she's like, this has nothing to do with what we were just talking about, because Obama's trying to get off topic, and it's really excellent. But they had a room full of people, and when I first turned it on, it was like halfway through, like I said, and Obama was talking, and all the people in the crowd, if you look at their faces, they were just like, like, what are you saying? You're not even making any sense. Alright, so then I was like, and she's like, yeah, right, and then he kept going on, and he wouldn't stop, and she had to, like, I was like, oh my god, I was like, she's actually stopping him. And then Obama kept, like, going on, and then she wicked called him out. She's like, we were on the subject of guns, like, weapons, like, and then, so that was wicked awesome, and she called him out. She just said it. She's just like, yeah, President, oh, and then someone else, like, one of the ladies asked Romney a question. It was so hilarious, and it might have been after, I'm not sure. But she's asking Romney the question, and the regular lady, the announcer, the host was, just talking about Obama. Obama just sat down. She's like, oh yeah, go, Mr. President, and then she was like, Senator Romney, this lady has asked your president a question. And the girl, she stood up and she's like, Mr. President, and she was like, Romney, like he was already president, like he was already considered president in her mind. So that was awesome. She like totally called him out on it, and I was so glad. So I was just like, oh my god. So I was like, do I want to go to this, like he's just totally avoiding it, and like I could see it, and it was so awesome that she did. And then like Romney knows this whole time he's not looking wicked good. Like he's just like, Obama, you're so dumb. and then he was making some speech, and I was like, fuck yeah, Romney. Like he was just killing it. He would be killing them. And I was like, Romney's telling us straight, which is what the president should do. Like Obama made like a point about how like we shouldn't be doing that, like because when the ambassador died, and how Romney made it like political because he broadcasted it to the news, and then he was saying that and then Romney just comes right back and says, the next 2 days you were out doing political stuff. Like, how can you say, like, don't turn this into a political thing in the time of, like, disaster? Okay. This is a good song. It's Alexz Johnson, Skin, and I haven't heard it in years, but it fits. Another little white line is under my skin. Okay. It's full of emotion. I'm gonna post the link. It's wicked calling out, fuck yeah, Romney. And I'm like, Romney's telling us straight, which is what a president should do. Like, we should elect on everything and stuff like that. And that's why he actually knows what he's talking about. He can actually form a sentence and get out information Obama just circles around saying nothing, and that's what presidents have done in the past, and maybe it's worked, maybe it hasn't at times, but that's exactly what he's doing. And Romney's just totally, like, he knows what he's talking about. Obama just like starts fishing around for anything to grasp. He's like he's very like good and quickly just recycles the same garbage. And then I was like, unlike Obama, fishing around for anything to grasp, and America should be attractive. It's definitely a place you wanna live. And then I said that Obama agrees with everything Romney says. Sorry, I have back problems and I can't get help for my back problems. It's not the fact that I don't have medical, because it's covered, but whatever. So Obama agrees with everything Romney says, and now he starts mentioning loopholes, because he was like, oh yeah, I totally agree with Romney, you know, doing this, and that, like, you know, exactly what Romney just said, and I've seen him do that, and his vice president do that a bunch of times. That's why Romney won't tell him what's going on, and people who've been, like, blind-washed into Obama's like, oh, Romney has no brains, so don't tell him, but Obama's trying to probe him so he can say it themselves. Like, my tailbone hurts and I can't sit down, and it totally goes, like, into here, into my hips, my whole back. Okay, so, yeah, y'all getting this, right? Well, this is the most important shit anyway, so, yeah. America should be attractive. There should be a place you want to live. I want to live here, but I don't want to live like this, and that's why so many people committed suicide. So, oh, and then it was wicked funny, because he started talking about all these loopholes, which the first presidential debate, that was the word that Romney said the most, and Obama totally avoided it the entire time, and now he's coming back and using it as, oh, loopholes and this and that, and he leaves work, so then after Romney, like, says it, he was like, yeah, we're totally doing that. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And, oh my god, it's just instilled something in me, and I'm just like, I can't let this happen. Like, I just see it, and, like, sometimes people don't, like, notice as much. Anyway, I don't want people into it, and this is what I saw while I was watching all these things. And Obama, he works in what Romney said, just right after he's just like, yeah, we're gonna watch it. And never before, it's suddenly his idea now. And Obama, like, loathes Romney. He, like, doesn't like him. He was getting nervous a couple of times. He's just like, I gotta do something. And then he just starts talking about nothing. And because Romney's good, he's saying all these things that Obama does not want him to say, or people listen to, or hear, or understand. But Obama loves Romney because he knows that he's got a good competitor, and he's already backed by a lot of people, apparently, you know, we've already heard that Romney is like horrible, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna give him a chance because I know nothing about him really. And this is just what I see present day, half an hour ago. So Obama, he had that like look like he hates like Romney after he was done with his speech, and Romney went to sit back down. But he's a very good to like with his typical political I'm your best friend face, like he's like put on that face, but he's just, I was like, maybe because he's already pretty confident that he can probably sway America, but you can tell that he's nervous because Romney makes very good points. He's just really hoping that he can, you know, rub it off as the whole political I'm your best friend, fake face, typical politician enough to, you know, corrupt the minds of America or whatever. I was like, but he doesn't like him pretty good because either he's not that good at hiding his facial expressions, which is he was dressed, so, you know, it came off that way, and, or it's just, he hates it that much, even, like, through his fakeness, like, you can, like, see, like, he's just, kind of has that, like, sway about him, where he's just, like, like, he thinks of himself as, like, fake, where he can still sway people with his babbling about nothing. But even people at the conference didn't seem all that convinced, you know? All their hopes were down for him. And he just has everything that Romney says. And then he's going to install all these laws and come into our houses and to see if we can have guns or not. He's going to come into our communities instead of, you know, protect us from the outside. And he's going to force us to do things or label us as criminal and mentally ill. It's evil, I tell you. That's fucked up. That is so fucked up. You gotta get money. I didn't even expect to be this passionate about it. So, I didn't even know it was on. And then I was just like, what are these people talking about? And I was like, oh my god. And then I went to YouTube, and it's awesome that they're live broadcasting it, just like last time. So, like, or he just hates them that much through his fakeness. Good actors there, huh? And then, because at first I still wasn't sure about Romney, but he just, because I didn't see the first presidential debate, but I saw his vice presidential and other things, and just word of mouth, so, like, I heard, you know, stuff, but, like, when I tried to look in the news media, I couldn't really get anything until now. I was like, Obama always interrupting, so Romney and Americans get sidetracked, because there he was, interrupting again. And then, someone asked a question about what misconceptions that, they might be concerned that are wrong, the American people might have heard about themselves, and how they can fix it. And I thought that was really cleverly asked, because we get to see, like, it sounds like, you know, you're saying it, but I was hoping to see what, like, Obama was afraid of the American people thinking, but Romney went first, so I was like, nicely asked. We get to see maybe their fears of their appearance. And then I said that was bold, but admirable, because that's when Romney started talking about, you know, we're God's children, because he's a Christian. He's a Christian, you know, he can do whatever he wants, but that's what he believes. He, like, legitimately believes that, you know, we're all gifted here on earth, and we should all be given the chance to rise. And Obama, oh, and I'm like, fuck yeah, Romney, and, ow, my back hurts so bad. I feel like it's gonna snap sometimes. And then Obama starts talking, and then he's like, you know, this country, and this is how we got, like, giving himself credit somehow. This is how we got the world's greatest middle class. And then someone in the audience was like, that was pretty funny, but it was very, like, silent. It was probably just regular class, but it was just a nice place. It was so funny because we don't have the world's greatest middle class. Who the fuck is he talking about? We definitely do not. We can, like I said, he diminished, like, all the presidents before Bush and everything. They diminished our middle class to, like, nothing, and that's what they're going to build. Um, so, I was like, baha, hee hee. And then all he said was a bunch of descriptions of different type of people who need help, but he's not talking about helping them. And then he goes off to say that one of his friends, uncles, daughters, brothers came back from, like, the war, and then he somehow got some funding to go to college. He got to go to college somewhere. And he's like, but this wasn't a handout, you know, it just wasn't some handout. So he doesn't believe in equality. He basically said that this is what he said is that he said that he, like, the risk takers should be rewarded, and no one's, like, reprimanded or anything, but basically he's gonna instill so much fear that there won't be any risk takers, and people really should. And Romney is promoting that people really take upon their passions, and we really, like, get this country going, like, build it up, and, like, you know, make things here, be creative, and, like, okay. My back's hurting so much. It's such bullshit. Doctor shit. It's October. 10 months in until the 32nd day, and still just, they just let me sit here in pain. Like, the first 9 months were horrible. Like, it eased up after, like, you know, 8 months, and then, like, within that month, I started, like, losing my outlook because it got so bad. I would, so many times, it fucking hurts, and something because I'm young, they're gonna say I'm mentally ill. That's probably what this video is gonna be labeled as. She's a mentally ill person, it's one of her. She shouldn't be allowed guns. But I'm just smart. So, so, I was so happy when this was over. So I was gonna make this video, so I was like, yay! It sucked. It's done. It's over. So basically, Obama's final word was that someone got out of the military and got into college, but it wasn't a handout, and only risk takers will be able to be good. But, like, that's, he's trying to make that, like, 1 in a billion people, so nobody can rise, and he's gonna impose all these laws and say all these things. So I was like, yay, it's over. But basically, Romney wants to make this world a beautiful place, and we start by America, and we really need to focus on our country. You know, we've been helping everybody out, and it's really great, but we really have to, like, focus on us. Sometimes we have to take a step back, and we'll still help them, of course, but, like, we need to focus on us, and Romney's gonna do that. And Obama's just gonna say everything's okay, but everything is not okay. And he says nothing about, you know, all he said was that, like, poor people or that don't have enough money, but he doesn't, like, say anything about them. And one of the things now, in, in, in Obama still wants to raise taxes, but one of the things that Romney mentioned is that fucking he goes to the small businesses and he's like, well, what's holding you under? And he's like, well, they take away so much taxes that we can't even hire new people, and that's directly impeding job growth. And Obama's gonna do nothing to fix that, but Romney will, and he's done it, and he actually cares, and you can see it. You may even just watch it, you can see genuinely in his face, like, he cares about it, so. Anyway, I'm voting for Romney, and you all should too. Yep. Yeah, I'll post my information. So, opportunities. Is it tough? It's usually tough to listen to music after all that chaos. Couple of sides, and I was like, fuck Obama. Oh, and that topic when Obama was asked about like his pension, and he just totally avoided it. He's like, you're getting right into I'm not gonna talk about. I don't even look at that. And then Romney's like attacking him. He's like, you got, distributors here, China, everywhere. And I was like, yeah, I just don't pay attention. And then he totally changed subjects. But he was laughing because he knows. They went to the point. He's like, you fuck. And I was like, this shit's fucked up. But at first I was like, who knows? I don't know. Like, Romney be killing him. And I'm like, look Obama's skin. Here, you can look at my wall. My doorknob while you listen to this light song. you do. If you care about your country and you live in America and it's 2012 and October 16th or later and you're gonna vote on November 2nd, you really should, and you should really vote for Romney. Okay. Peace. This is Starlight, mikku, and my back hurts, so I'm not making this video anymore. Bye. You know it all.